guys, what's going on? This is the conservative speaking, and I wanted to talk um, about an incident that happened a few days ago at a game where a white guy from the New York Yankees, Josh Donaldson, was accused of calling Tim Anderson, a black guy who played for the Chicago White Sox, a racial term. The racial term that Josh Donaldson made to Tim Anderson was Josh calling Tim Jackie. I guess pertaining that Josh Donaldson was trying to refer to Tim Anderson as Jackie Robinson. And Tim Anderson, like the typical black victim that most, not all, but most of the blacks play, wanted to refer to that term as being racist, and stating that, oh, it's so racist, and there's no need there's no need for that in our game. And the reason why I wanted to make a video about this is the simple fact of this incident clearly being the true prime example of the real endemic that is happening in this country. Okay? I won't even say it's an endemic. I believe it's a pandemic. The real pandemic that is happening in this country is the emasculation of men. This is what happens when men are being ruled by feminists who are training them to think like them, to talk like them, to walk like them, and even dress like them. I'm talking about the feminists having this type of impact on men. Men that walk around with the mindset of a woman because they were unable to overcome the spirit of their mothers. This is the prime example of how men who are unable to overcome the spirit of the woman. And this is the type of outcome that you wind up getting. Tim Anderson is your typical black man who walks around as a victim, probably one of these black men who believes that despite living in a free country and becoming privileged and becoming a multi-million-dollar baseball player, the simple fact that he gets paid millions of dollars to hit the ball with a stick is walking around and believing that he is not free and that the so-called white man is holding him back. Okay? Tim Anderson recently signed a 6-year, $25 million contract. All right? In which in this year he is scheduled to make about $9.5 million. This is a multi-million-dollar black man, a multi-million-dollar baseball player, a multi-million-dollar black man walking around and crying racism up and down the floor. I mean, it's as if you can't even joke with these people. You can't without them calling you racist for it. And so this is the reason why white people need to push back and just call their bluff on it. And Major League Baseball really has dropped the ball on this situation, like they did just like they did when they decided to move the All-Star game from Georgia to Colorado, all because the state of Georgia decided to put in voting laws to make voting, I mean, to save the integrity of voting. You know, the state of Georgia actually doing the right thing to make sure that everybody's vote counts, especially the legal ones. And because of that, Major League Baseball decided to play politics and stated that that was racist that was racist because specific minorities, meaning black people, that this would hinder their ability to vote. Basically, what they were saying was that black people are incapable of voting, and black people were incapable of getting IDs to vote, and because of that, this would hinder their chances to vote. So they decided to move the All-Star game from Atlanta, Georgia to Denver, Colorado, that had the same voter ID laws. Amazing. You can't make this stuff up. You really, really cannot make this stuff up. Okay? Not to mention, not to mention last week, Georgia had a huge turnout in voting. And guess who made up the big turnout in voting in the state of Georgia? Yes, the very people who they claim would be hurt by implementing the voter ID laws. Yeah, the minorities. All right? They came out in abundance to vote, proving once again that Major League Baseball had no business playing politics at all. But this is what happens when they engage in something like this. I mean, egg on their faces for Major League Baseball. So they dropped the ball there, and then they dropped the ball by suspending this white baseball player, all for making a joke. All for joking with this fragile, weak, pathetic, pitiful black man who clearly can't take a joke. What a beta. But Major League Baseball once again drops the ball, and this is the reason why nobody really pays attention to sports nowadays. I mean, baseball is boring as it is. I mean, the best excitement is when the players are actually hitting home runs out of the park. Outside of that, it's really hard to watch that game. And then when you add politics into the mix, I mean, then it really makes you want to just shut it off altogether. But this is my whole issue. This is my whole issue on this take. Tim Anderson is Tim Anderson is a well-off black person who's playing a game that's paying him close to 8 figures a year. And this man is crying about racism. This man is crying because another man called him a name. You can't even joke with the blacks nowadays. What if it was me? What if I called Tim Anderson Jackie? Would he be crying racism as well? Amazing. And it's also amazing too that the very blacks who claim that white people are not superior to him, yet their actions speak otherwise. I mean, their actions basically contradict what they're saying, because if they truly believe that white people are not superior to them, then why would they behave as if they are? Why is it that every single time a white person says something that is perceived to be a joke, all right, black people immediately perceive it as a racist joke, or black people always perceive it as if, oh, the white man is coming after me. And they wimp and whine and they get angry and upset about a white person calling you a name. You are a man. You are a man. And you're getting upset because another person called you a name? What a beta. Tim Anderson is a beta male. Beta. What a weak, pathetic, pitiful man that really, really needs to overcome his mother. He has to go and forgive his mother so that he can overcome her spirit, so that he can be able to return to the Father and act within his nature. This is not a part of man's nature. I am so sick of the blacks. Mark my word when I tell you this. I am so sick of black men wimping and whining and crying and behaving like bitches. I'm so sick of black men acting weak. These black men wimp and whine and cry worse than the black woman. I mean, with the way that they're acting, I can't really tell them apart, but black men sound worse than the black woman. Every single incident, they take the opportunity to cry racism whenever they perceive that a white person said something inappropriate. They always take the opportunity to cry racism every single time a white person says something that they deem inappropriate. And these are supposed to be men. These are supposed to be men. This very man, I'm sure, was being called the N-word by other blacks. And you didn't hear not one single outcry from him. But a white person calls him Jackie, and he has an issue with that. And the only reason why he called him Jackie was because he gave an interview to Sports Illustrated back in 2019 where he stated where he felt like the next Jackie Robinson. So if anything, the other white player was just practically giving him a compliment. You know what I mean? I guess in a sarcastic way, but he said it really in a way where, granted, it's supposed to be sarcastic, but it's supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek, funny comment at the same time. And this man took it the same way. That's the same way that Bubba Sparks, or I'm sorry, where Bubba Wallace took it, where he supposedly found a noose. I guess in his shop, and then wanted to claim, oh, the noose was there because they wanted to hang me, or they wanted to show that they hang me, and then it turned out that someone else. I mean, it turned out that noose was accidentally put there. But you notice how the blacks are always, especially black men, you notice how black men always overreact over every single issue, over every single term that they perceive by white people to be racist. I've never ever seen a bunch of weak black men in my life. I can't tell if these black men are on their period. I can't tell. I mean, honestly, these black men behave as if they are menstruating. These are weak, pathetic black men. Tim Anderson, in 6 years, you're going to make $25 million. You're practically overpaid. You're overpaid and you're overrated. And you're running around acting as if the white man is trying to bring you down. What a beta. You have mama's energy. And in order to get rid of mama's energy, you're going to have to return to the Father. But in order to do that, you have to forgive your mother, Tim. Tim, listen to what I'm telling you. Take this from the conservative. You need to overcome your mother because you have your mother's mindset. You're acting like a beta male. I mean, I've never seen such beta men in my life. You are a weak, pathetic man. running around crying racism. First of all, there's no such thing as racism at all. At all. There never ever been any such thing as racism ever. Racism never ever existed in this country. There was right and wrong, good and evil. But you people are crying over name calling. Amazing. You're crying over name calling. Tim Anderson, you should be ashamed of yourself. As a matter of fact, you should slap yourself 15 times for even making this type of cry. I mean, you sound like one of these confused people out here. You sound like a man pretending to be a woman. You sound like a man pretending to go through your menstrual. Amazing. Men, we need to get back to being men, because this is really going to destroy men as well. You see everything that they're trying to do with men, especially with straight Christian men. They're taking away religion. They're trying to take away our freedom of speech. They're trying to take away our guns. I mean, they practically are trying to screw us up and chew us out and spit us out when it comes to marriage and having to deal with marriage with the courts. The courts don't really respect marriage. They definitely don't respect the man at all. We need to get back to being men, because this is pathetic. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section after you subscribe to my channel. Click the like button if you like this video. Share the video if you found this video informative, and subscribe to my channel, as I will be able to provide you content on the double. Also, when you subscribe to my channel, click on the notification button so that you'll be able to be notified when new content drops. And with that being said, this is D Conservative. I'm signing out. I'm serious, men. All right? Get your stuff together. Seriously. Stop being betas for these females. Overcome the female spirit. Amazing.